racing TT or Grand Prix this year? That and many common questions gonna get answered while I do some little jobs on the Honda. With the days getting longer, it's really tempting to get out in the sunshine on the road. Unfortunately, anything over 30 miles an hour is still horrendously cold and just miserable. That, coupled with it not quite being the race season yet, means the channel's been really quiet for videos recently. But there's still a lot of action going over on the Facebook and the Instagram sort of side as we just wait and hopefully get ready to hit 2020 pretty hard. Now, one of the most common questions, and probably I wouldn't say longest overdue, but the one that I've answered too many times from quite a while ago is what's happening with the Aprilia? So for those of you that are fairly new and don't know, on the one-way system last year, I was a retard, didn't know how to use a two-stroke and blew up my girlfriend's bike. Now, a couple of 250,000 people have seen that. And I did actually put up a video of us stripping down to have a look at the lovely paste that had built up inside the engine as a result of me just heat seizing it to death. We did rebuild it. Unfortunately, the camera ate all of the footage, so that just vanished, which was really annoying because it spread across like 4 memory cards and they all just disappeared off the computer somewhere, which is a pain. But it's back in one piece. Now, I have done the full power de-restriction guide, and that was up, although there was a little bit of a mistake with which way I put the power valve in, so we rectified that. And since then, I have ridden it. I only took it up the road, but we did find out that the rear master cylinder seized somehow, not the caliper. I've never seen that happen with a master cylinder before. Good job, Aprilia. And the tacks ran out and Becky's CVT and stuff ran out, so that's just kind of buried for the moment. But it'll be back. Now, following on from that, a couple of people have asked on the full power video whether I can do like a before and after comparison. Now, the only way I can really do that, seeing as it's unrestricted now, is to take it over the mountain, and I don't think Becky will let me, nor do I really want to gamble that, so unfortunately it's unlikely for there. This is the world's longest ball. So that's where we're at with the Aprilia. It's alive but hibernating. We're just waiting for, well, better weather really, just like anything else. Okay, so number 2. What am I riding on the road? The old ZXR had to get sold for getting a deposit down, taking a new job, needed quick cash in it, it had to go. Plus, it was as good an excuse as any to get rid of carburetors from my life. So at the minute, there's not really anything on the road. There is another Honda in the garage. You'll see that in a bit. That's my good friend Jake's, who's coming over from the States. Wants something to ride for TT. Obviously bringing his bike over from America would just be ridiculous. Really, shout out to all the Americans that bring their bikes over. You're mental. So he'll be riding that. So I've been out and about on that sort of while it's here, and we've done a few little modifications to it because it was proper granddad learner spec. And that's not good for my boy, so we'll get that ready. So at the minute I am looking for a bike on the road. Not too sure what it's going to be. I was pretty set on the 14 shape ZX6 because I think they are the nicest looking bike pretty much ever created. Unfortunately, no one wants to insure me on one, and I'm freshly 25 and I am more than used to having ridiculous insurance quotes of, like £7,000. But for some reason, I just can't get a quote at all on it. It's really bizarre. So we'll have to wait for that. but still looking, so we'll find out what's going on there. So currently, not really riding on the road. One, because it's cold, and two, don't really have a fun bike for blasting around. So focus is all on this baby and getting ready for the racing season. Right. Question number whatever we're up to. Where can you get a t-shirt from? So I pulled all of the t-shirt sales off eBay and stopped sort of dealing with them on Facebook whilst I was off island, because if I can't get it all sorted out nice and quickly for you, then no, I don't want to. It needs to be a snappy service or I'm not happy. So they will be coming back. So whoever's been asking, I'll put your names down to get back to you, and then they'll just be up on the eBay store, and I'll get those links out and about. There will also be some limited edition unrestricted aisle racing ones for those that specifically want to help with the race season. I'll put together sort of a package. Follows into the other question, I suppose. People ask if I have a Patreon. No. Will I be getting one? No. It seems that with Patreon, you know, people sort of pay a little bit of money per month or whatever and have extra access content-wise, and I think that just divides everyone. I'm not interested in that. You know, if I'll be sharing the news about the racing, either what I'm doing or just what's going on the island, and I'll just be doing that anyway. I'm not going to change that round. Which way am I going? I'm going changing GP shift on this, by the way, so we're going that way. So yeah, there's not going to be a Patreon. However, there will be sort of a sponsorship access for unrestricted aisle racing, where there'll be packages put together, because I'm not a fan of taking money off people without giving them something in return. Just doesn't sit well with me. So we'll be doing some of that, and the usual, be selling some sort of real estate, so to speak, on the bike. So t-shirts are coming back. If you're interested in sponsorship and helping me with the racing season, do get in contact, any sort of scale. And I'll be saving the tail section up here once we get it painted, just with people's names. I mean, I know a lot of people want to help out with racing, but they think, oh, I don't own a company, you know, where would I put my name or anything? So I will have, just in front of the camera mount on the tail, a nice space. If you want to have your name on there and see it flying around some tracks, then we can sort that out, no problem at all. As for the big one, the one that everyone wants to know, am I doing Grand Prix or TT this year? And the short answer, no. Now that's not because the scaremonger is right and coronavirus is having it all cancelled. It's just that I'm a few years off even being able to do that. The way that the license system works for racing, at least in the UK, is on sort of tiers. Now I'm right at the bottom. I've got one signature on my novice license. I need to get 10 signatures on that to go clubman, another 10 to go national, and have to have the national for at least a year, plus lots of other criteria to be able to get a mountain course license. If you'd like to know a bit more about how that system works in depth, do leave a comment down below. But I will, of course, be following the TT and Grand Prix from various spots around the course. I believe Eric's coming back. We're not sure whether TT or Grand Prix, but we'll be up in the grandstand Parc Fermé, and like we did last year, getting you the news on Facebook and Instagram before the clock of the course has it out. We have spotters all around the track, so we can see exactly what's going on, usually faster than the official sort of lines. So that's it. Quick Q&A while I fiddle around with some bits on the Honda, just scratching around. The way that it's working with work, I will unfortunately miss the first 2 rounds of Derby. Looks like my first outing is going to be end of April, Donington, just with obviously keeping numbers high and what I can get off from work. It's unfortunately the way it doesn't really line up with the weekends, but you know, responsibilities and adult things have to come first. So there'll be plenty of racing, and for those of you that don't know, if I haven't cleared it up before, my intention is absolutely to have a go on the big circuit, and if you stay along for the journey, I'll be able to take you there every step of the way and show you as we go from road to racer. If you like this video, please drop down below, drop a comment, give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe, because it really does mean a lot. That's it, until next time, as always, ride safe, not slow.